Let's have a look at this exam style question on food webs. The question says figure 1 shows an aquatic food web, and in figure 1 we can see the food web. Part A says suggest which organisms would be most affected if the number of krill decreased, and that's worth 1 mark. So let's start by unpicking the question. The command word here is the word suggest, so we need to use our existing knowledge and understanding of food webs and ecosystems to work out the answer to this question. And it says suggest which organisms, and we've got an S on the end of that, so that's telling us it's going to be more than one organism, would be most affected if the number of krill decreased. And it says most affected here. And that's also important because it suggests that there might be a number of organisms that are affected, but we need to be suggesting which ones are most affected if the number of krill decreased. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at my diagram and just highlight to myself where are the krill. Here they are in the middle of the diagram. Now let's look what eats krill. So I can see by looking at the direction of the arrows which show flow of energy that whales, I'll do that in a different colour to make it clear, so whales eat krill, and I can see here seagulls also eat krill. I can see here squid eat krill. And finally, I can see here by this arrow that seals also eat krill. So there are lots of organisms that eat krill in this food web. Now, if the number of krill go down, obviously any of those organisms could have less food. So now we need to decide which ones would be most affected. Now, if you look carefully here at the whales, can you see there's only one arrow, or one flow of energy going into the whale here? So that means their only food source is krill. So they'd be really affected, wouldn't they? Similarly, here with the squid, you can see here with this arrow that there's only one arrow going, or one flow of energy going into the squid, so they also only eat the krill. Whereas the seagulls over here, they eat not only krill, but can you see they also can eat squid, so they've got an alternative food source. Similarly, the seals, although they eat krill, they also eat penguins and squid, so they've got other options open to them if the number of krill go down, and so they're not solely reliable on the krill as a food source. So the answer to this question would therefore be whales and squid. So we just need to write in here whales and squid. Doesn't matter which order you put them in, and that would give you 1 mark if you wrote both of them down.